Picture this. A 19-year-old in a basement somewhere can now take out a multi-million-dollar tank with something that costs less than his gaming setup. That's not a hypothetical. That's happening right now, on battlefields across the world, and honestly, it's completely changing everything we thought we knew about war. Remember when only superpowers could dominate the skies? Those days are over. Today, the air above us isn't controlled by nations with the biggest budgets. It's contested by anyone with a laptop and some creativity, and that changes everything. Let's go back to the early 2000s. Drones were these massive, expensive things like the MQ-1 Predator that mostly just watched from above. Fast forward to today, and we've got these tiny first-person view drones buzzing around Ukrainian battlefields. They cost maybe $300 to build, and they're taking out 80% of Russian equipment. Think about that for a second. A device cheaper than your phone is deciding who lives and dies on the battlefield. Here's what's really mind-blowing. War used to be expensive, really expensive. You needed massive factories, huge armies, billions in equipment. Now, a couple of teenagers with some technical know-how can build something that can destroy assets worth more than most people's houses. The cost of destruction has basically collapsed, and with it, the whole idea that only rich, powerful nations can project force. But here's where it gets really scary or exciting, depending on your perspective. These drones aren't just flying anymore. They're thinking. We're already seeing AI-powered drone swarms in action, not in some distant future right now. The US has them, China has them, Ukraine is using them. Imagine a flock of birds, but instead of following simple instincts, they're coordinating through artificial intelligence. They make decisions together, adapt to threats, and overwhelm defenses just by sheer numbers and speed. In Libya, a Turkish drone made a kill without any human pulling the trigger. In Ukraine, Russia's got these MiG-001 drones running on the same AI chips that power high-end gaming computers, and they are choosing their own targets. We're not talking about remote-controlled toys anymore. These are digital predators that hunt on their own. Let me tell you about June 1st, 2025, the day the rulebook got thrown out the window. Ukraine pulled off something called Operation Spiderweb, and it was absolutely audacious. Picture this. 117 drones, launched across 5 different time zones, targeting Russian strategic bombers, those massive, nuclear-capable aircraft. That cost hundreds of millions each. The result? Over $7 billion in damage, 1/3 of Russia's entire strategic bomber fleet gone. But here's the kicker, it wasn't some high-tech marvel. It was brilliant in its simplicity. They used civilian trucks, regular delivery trucks, pulling trailers that looked completely normal from the outside. But inside? Explosive-laden drones, waiting. At the right moment, those trailers opened up like deadly flowers. The drones launched. Completely autonomous, resistant to GPS jamming, running on open-source software you could probably download yourself. When they got close to their targets, Ukrainian pilots took manual control and steered them straight into fuel tanks. Then the trailers self-destructed, leaving no evidence behind. Just fire, just devastation. Just a completely new way of thinking about warfare. Operation Spiderweb was a statement. It proved that nowhere is safe anymore, that having depth, having distance from your enemies, doesn't guarantee protection. It showed that a nation with creativity and ingenuity can punch way above its weight class even against a nuclear superpower. Think about this. Air superiority used to belong exclusively to major world powers. Now, militias, cartels, even individual actors can command the skies with gear they bought online. The sky isn't sovereign territory anymore, it's programmable space. And it's not just happening in the air. Ukraine's got these sea drones, the Magura V5, that have basically turned the Black Sea into a graveyard for Russian warships. These things have sunk or damaged over 1/3 of Russia's Black Sea fleet. It even shot down a $50 million Su-35 using a missile. Let that sink in. An unmanned boat took out a 4th-gen fighter aircraft. Of course, where there are drones, there are people trying to stop them. We've got radio frequency jammers that cut their control links, GPS spoofers that send them flying in the wrong direction, high-energy lasers that literally burn them out of the sky, even AI interceptors drones that hunt other drones. But here's the thing about evolution. It never stops. Every defense creates a new challenge. Every challenge creates innovation. The swarm adapts. The race continues. The big players are taking notice. The US is pouring money into Project Replicator. They want thousands of autonomous systems to counter China's military buildup. UK is fast-tracking these drone helicopter hybrids that they claim will triple battlefield lethality by 2027, and Ukraine. Ukraine has become the world's drone warfare laboratory. They're innovating under fire, rewriting military doctrine in real time, teaching the world how modern war actually works. Here's the truth. The drone revolution isn't coming. It's here. The next war won't be won by whoever has the most soldiers or the biggest tanks. It'll be won by whoever controls the swarm. But this is just the beginning, because in an age where war is unmanned and truth is synthetic, the real weapon isn't firepower, it's clarity. It's understanding what is really happening in a world where everything is changing faster than we can keep up, and that's a story worth following. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're enjoying these deep dives. Comment below on any deep dives you would like me to go into next. Sigma out.